Amy is meeting her brother Ezra at a nightclub. Can you guess which one of these three guys is her brother? The first guy is wearing flowers just like Amy, but it doesn't prove anything. The third guy is wearing blue hair, but we still can see his blonde roots. Meanwhile, the second guy has a mole on his arm, and Amy has a similar feature. So he's the real Ezra. Today is Friday. Ezra is going on vacation in 73 days. Can you guess which day of the week it will be? Monday. 73 days is 10 weeks and 3 days. Friday plus 3 days is Monday. At the party, Ezra tells Amy 4 facts about himself. I spent $700 on my new sneakers. I graduated from college with honors. I don't have any piercings. My favorite color is purple. But only 3 facts are true. Can you guess which one is false? Ezra does have a piercing. Take a look at his eyebrow. Ezra goes outdoors to get some fresh air after dancing. One of these 4 shadows on the wall belongs to him. Can you spot which one? Only the 3rd shadow matches him perfectly. Ezra and Amy's granny lives in a country house. They want to surprise her and come with an unexpected visit. Granny wakes up at 7 a.m. with a knock on her door. Ezra and Amy yell to let her know that they're here for breakfast. Granny is confused, but quickly thinks of what food she has. She has milk, jam, butter, bread, and coffee. What will she open first? The door for Ezra and Amy. Ezra and Amy love nature. That's why they go for a walk in the woods after breakfast. On the way, they argue about who can collect a more beautiful flower bouquet. Finally, Amy and Ezra decide to separate, to pick the flowers and then bring them home to ask Granny which bouquet is the winner. On the way home, Ezra gets a rash all over his face. Can you find the toxic flowers in these 2 bouquets? Only Ezra suffered, so we need to look for the toxic flower in his bouquet. This is the flower we're looking for because it's the only flower that's absent from Amy's bouquet. Amy wants to help Ezra meet his true love. She takes him to a wedding fashion show and introduces him to 3 models. Each lady tells a couple of words about herself. Lauren says, "I'll work to earn $1 billion." Bianca says, "I have 3 sons and 3 daughters." And Monica says, "I'd like to travel all over the globe." Can you guess who Ezra will marry? Monica. Ezra is wearing a backpack with souvenirs from different countries, so he loves traveling too. Ezra's vacation begins. He arrives at the airport to fly to the Philippines. Security checks everyone's luggage and reveals one suspicious passenger. Can you guess who? There are 2 suspicious suitcases. This lady is bald, but she carries a big bottle of shampoo. And this guy has 2 left shoes from different pairs. Ezra checks in at the hostel and goes to his room. He discovers that he'd forgotten his hat at the cashier's desk. Ezra returns, but the hat isn't there. He asks 3 people nearby only one question. "Hey guys, have you seen my hat?" The manager says that he hasn't seen any hats. The guest says, "I arrived at this hotel 30 seconds ago and faced a guy wearing a red hat just like yours. He was leaving in a rush." And the janitor says, "We have a room of lost things. There are many hats there, but we didn't get any new ones today." Who's the thief? No one specified that Ezra had lost a red hat, but the guest knew it because he had taken it. Ezra goes parachuting. He's about to land in a few seconds. There are 4 possible spots to touch down. A deep well full of crocodiles that a human would never manage to climb out of. A rainforest with venomous snakes and wild animals. A mountain with no water sources. And a huge tornado in the middle of a field. Which place is more or less safe for landing? The third one. Take a look at the background. There's a village near this rock. Yeesh, Ezra lands badly and wakes up in the hospital. The doctor says that he had a slight concussion and should stay for 1 day. Ezra leaves the ward and goes to the vending machine to buy some chocolate. He returns and finds out that someone had stolen his phone. He questions 3 witnesses. The doctor says, "I had an urgent surgery, so I didn't enter your ward." The nurse says, "I was having a lunch break outdoors." And Mike, another patient, says, "It was the nurse. I pretended to be sleeping so she didn't know that I was watching her." Who's suspicious? Mike. Take a look at the cast on his arm. It was on the right arm when Ezra was leaving, and now it's on the left. The local police brought a famous criminal to the hospital for urgent surgery, but leaving him here alone is too dangerous. That's why 2 policemen had to stay to guard him 24/7. Day by day, the criminal gets better, and then, one sunny day after lunch, he disappears from his hospital bed. Detectives immediately begin investigating his escape. They find out that the criminal had an accomplice who pretended to be one of the doctors. Detectives interrogate 3 suspects. The surgeon says, "I'm the most honest person in the hospital. I would never commit a crime." The nurse says, "I didn't even see the criminal. I wasn't allowed to enter his room." And the chief physician replies, "I don't remember anything. At the time of the escape, I was on night duty and very tired." Who's lying? It's the chief physician. He said it was his night duty, but the criminal escaped in the afternoon. Ezra takes the local public bus to get to a mountainous region. The driver hits the road. He is responsible for both driving and collecting the tickets. When the bus reaches the bridge, the driver starts collecting tickets from all the passengers, but the bus didn't topple from the bridge. Can you guess how that's possible? Easy. The driver had parked the bus before beginning to collect the tickets. The bus reaches its stop. All the passengers leave, except for one guy who's still sleeping. The driver walks up to him, but the man doesn't wake up. He calls an ambulance. The doctor arrives immediately and spots 3 buses in front of him. Can you guess where he can find his patient? Passengers are entering the first bus and leaving the third bus, so the doctor should check the second bus. Ezra is a travel blogger, and the number of his followers is rising. He decides to hire a manager and post a job advertisement. Ezra starts receiving applications right away. Ezra needs your help to filter out real applicants among these 3 people. Take a look at this guy's birth date. There's no 14th month. And this application must be generated by a robot, unless this person is a time traveler. So Ezra should consider hiring the first guy. The local celebrity Gia is singing in a club tonight. Ezra comes to her concert just like many other people. After the show, Gia goes to the dressing room. A lot of people gather around it begging for a selfie with the diva. Gia's guard allows fans to enter only one by one. After a while, Gia disappears. The police figure out that someone has kidnapped her and escaped through the window. They question 3 fans. Fran says, "I'm a singer too and a huge fan of Gia." Nicholas says, I visit all her concerts. She's my crush. One day, I'm gonna marry her. And Ezra says, I'm not guilty. I just came here to take a selfie and make my sister jealous. The police figure out who's suspicious right away. How? It's 10:54 and the clock is broken, probably because Gia had a fight with her kidnappers. And now, let's take a look at the time in the pictures. Fran was the last person to see Gia, so she's the most suspicious.
That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.